Hey guys, Marsenkin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. So we're going to start taking a look now at the INT Fat Buu or Majin Buu Good, 55%. He has an intro animation too, so we're going to jump in and check that out here. There he is. Alright. We're going to get the Rudigan intro as well. So yeah, Fat Buu. We're doing the Metal Cooler Core stage because I normally do these 55% showcases in some of the events that are at least a little bit longer, like Red Zone Cell or Frieza. But Buu has a revival, which, much like the 23rd World Tournament Goku or something like that, makes him go kind of crazy once he's revived. So I wanted to do an event where we'd actually be able to get hit enough to actually revive. So he leads Majin Buu Saga Sworn Enemies or Storied Figures for 3 key 170. Additional 30% to Worldwide Chaos or Resurrected Warriors. His super attack raises defense, so infinite stack. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn and does immense damage to the enemy. Then his passive, we have the entrance animation. So he recovers 10% HP at the start of the turn for the rest of battle. And then an extra 10% HP for 5 turns as part of the intro as well. When there's another Majin Buu Saga ally on the team. So we have the STR Super Buu. Upon the character's entry, then we get 2 key, attack and defense 150, additional attack and defense 150 when performing a super. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super. Guards all attacks when HP is 50% or more at the start of the turn. Recover 10% HP at the end of the turn. And if HP is 30% or less at the end of the turn, get an additional 10% HP. Revives with HP fully recovered when this character is KO'd. So it has to be him, like Metal Cooler. It can't be someone else on the rotation. He survives KO attacks up to once within the turn. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 100%. Guards all attacks and launches an additional super starting from the turn in which he or an ally revives. So it makes it so that he works well. It's kind of always like the problem with Carnival Goku when he first came out, is your friend Goku or your Goku, one of them could revive, but then that would be it, right? The other one couldn't revive anymore, and therefore they wouldn't get the permanent buff. So a leader for a team that has revive absolutely needs to have this thing where the other character can revive for them to get their buff. Because otherwise they just can't get it. Like, only one person on the team can actually get it. So him having that is really, really good. I was kind of hoping that we would just die here, but I mean, considering he ate that fairly nicely in slot 1. I say nicely, like we took a lot of damage, but I was kind of hoping we would take more than that. But we can probably get, if he's going to slot 1 super again, we could probably get the revival on the next turn. Now the only problem with the survive KO attacks once per turn is that the survive KO attacks mechanic means you survive with 1 HP, which means that anyone else on the rotation, or even that same character again, attacks always do a minimum of like some damage, right? Double digits. You can't take 0 damage. So character can survive KO attacks, and then the problem with, I guess, Buu, depending on where the attack placements are in the turn, is he could survive a KO attack, and then if he's not being attacked anymore, then the next person on the rotation that gets hit just dies. So you have to be careful how that sort of plays out. Now, obviously Buu, like on that last turn, he's not a slot 1 unit, especially this early in the fight. But look at all that healing we got. Like I was going to say, we kind of want to try and just get him to die, which is what I'm trying to do, but with all the support and everything, it's proving slightly more difficult. Because yeah, even with support, he starts to get a little bit more tanky here, like tanking the normals on the first turn way better than the previous one. Although I don't know, I think we did attack lower actually, but get the additional super here, get some extra stacks. Because yeah, I think once we get to the actual Metal Cooler core, I guess a lot of it is just going to come down to RNG of taking a super. Because if we can eat a slot 1 super from the core, then obviously we can get the revival with Fat Boo. Because it's going to be type disadvantage. I mean, he has guard from his intro for the... at least for a little bit, so... we'll see how we go. But yeah, the Boo is going to have so much healing as well. I should have turned this off. There's so many characters with intros on this team. LR Super Boo as well. LR Super Boo has the potential to be pretty crazy on this team. But yeah, back to full health now. So... and where are we at now? 200k defense. Yeah, not the craziest start of turn. But again, like early in the fight, he's probably not supposed to be a slot 1 unit. Which is why having units like Harudagan and stuff on the team is quite good. But... yeah, how much is he taking this for now? Because Cooler has been attack lowered a bit. But... yeah, see, the problem is, like, he'll take this kind of damage in slot 1. But then... we're going to heal a lot of it back. Now, if we are going to try him out in some of the harder events, of course, as well. But, like, there's not, you know... there's events that are going to hit a lot harder. Like, if we go up against Fusion Zamasu, turn 1, he's going to take damage from the AoE, especially if it's in slot 1. And then if the super is also in slot 1, then he's just dead, like, if we put him in slot 1. But... there's almost no reason not to just try and get the revival as early as possible. So it's not even necessarily the worst idea. Just putting him in slot 1 in these tough events and just dying like immediately. Because once you get that revival, he becomes so much more powerful. So he's sealed, of course he is. Alright, well... wait, why was he able to transform and now he's not? Oh, because we were below the HP threshold, but then obviously Boo healed. Well, you can't super anyway, so we'll do this. Watch this be one of those times where it's like, I want to get slot 1 supered because I want to die, and then he won't slot 1 super. Come on, super attack me. Bruh. Come on. You know, it's always the way, right? Like, when you're doing these events where we're trying to do, like, challenge runs or beat missions or something, the super's always where you don't want it to be. And now, it's like, yeah, go on. Super me in slot 1. I want to die. So I can revive. And then, no. Not sure how many... well, not too many turns have passed. Frieza should be able to still tank well enough in slot 3 here. Especially after getting a couple of supers off. But yeah, the problem with the global meta, as we've talked about with like a lot of these new units that have been coming out, is we just don't have enough events that are good enough for these guys. Oh, we got the Boo Piccolo fusion. Okay. That gives us some support. That's interesting. It's rare that we see that. He sealed him again. This event definitely not the most ideal. And we're back to full health. Now, he didn't super last turn, so come on, he's got a super here. Surely. He's got 300k defense now, which is pretty good. Come on. Alright, there we go. We lost our guard anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so. Now we get killed. Oh no, we died. But wait. That was 1.7 mil as well. There they go. All the little boos. Boo! Right. So now now a Boo has revived. So let's transform with Harudagan. What are the chances I put Harudagan in slot 1 and then he just gets absolutely destroyed? Because Harudagan does have a habit of being a terrible salesman. So yeah, Boo, now that we've revived, so we now have permanent guard and what? an additional 100% attack and defense, and a guaranteed additional super. So it means that in slot 1, he's still not necessarily going to be eating a super attack. What's the chances that Rudigon sells me out here? Let's see. I was going to say, as long as he dodges the first attack. Okay. Alright, I mean, Hirudegarn having another 200% team is pretty good as well. And Buu's at what? He was at like 360k defense. He's getting a guaranteed additional super. Then he has the one from his passive. Then, of course, you've done 3 attacks. You're more likely to then get the hidden potential additional. He's got 5.8. It's kind of like the Goku as well, right? Remember that at level 1 links, like these characters, especially links like Majin for the Majin characters, have these links that give them such a significant buff when they get to level 10. So the link level 1, 55% showcase, you know, it's always going to be a little bit less crazy than what we could see in the future. But yeah, of course, he's now tanking these normals for double-digit damage. That's what we would expect. Now, this guy has revived, so yeah, he can... Well, actually, I think we're on the turn where we could have got it anyway. But now we can get Buu's active skill. So Buu's active skill can be activated after he's revived. So obviously, he revived last time, so he would be able to use it on this turn anyway. Or from the 7th turn. And we are on turn 7, so we would be able to use it regardless. But massively raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage to the enemy, and delays a single enemy's attacks for 1 turn, which is a single turn Ghost Usher. When I first read it, for some reason, I thought it was an action break, but it's like Pycon or the androids, or Tech Trunks when he's Super Trunks. And then it turns all key spheres into cookies, and he gets 12 key. Now, the reason why he gets 12 key is because all the key spheres turn into cookies, which means they don't give you any key. But it means even in a situation where somehow he had no links active, he would still be able to super. So he's not going to get any extra links from Frieza, is he? No. But let's do this in here anyway. So let's use his active skill and candy beam the cooler core. Turn the giant evil robot metal cooler into a cookie and eat him. Alright, well there you go. So there's all his attacks gone. So now we don't have to worry about that. Let's do this. Obviously we didn't even really need to heal, but that would have been a full heal essentially. And let me just do that. And then there we go. So 6.5 to start us off with the links and the support from the Buu Piccolo. Sadly, we keep getting the additional from the passive is only the normal. But now, because of the revive part of the passive, we get a guaranteed additional super. I think this is the friend one that had no skill orbs. I did put a level 5 additional on my one. Or maybe he does. But there you go. There's another attack. And all of these are stacking his defense as well. We've got a lot of int units on the team, so we haven't actually done a huge amount of damage to him, but... And of course Frieza was sealed. Rudigarn got the dodges last time, so he has guaranteed dodge on this turn. Not that it matters, because we could just repeatedly use the active skills and stuff now. Yeah, it's up to 442, and that's with guard as well. So yeah, let's use the active skill again here. Oh, I should have picked up the orbs with Hirudegarn first. But I mean, we don't need to heal anyway, because we already used the thing last time with the active. So that means that's 2 turns in a row where the enemy just can't do anything, which is kind of funny. So yeah, grab all those for you. So yeah, I mean, Buu, as long as you get the time to like actually build him up and get him going, Buu can be pretty crazy. The fact that he can use the active skill right after the revival, It's obviously really good for if you want to in the more difficult events. Like, there is nothing really to stop you from just like turn 1, put him in slot 1. And in some of these events, especially from like the anniversary and stuff, like I looked it up where it's like the Gods and the Gohan from stage 1, when we're talking about the Blue Gogeta and Beast Gohan events, they super for like 840k in slot 1. So if you put Buu in slot 1 on those events, he's just going to die immediately. And then you revive. And then both the Buus have gone crazy God mode already, which is pretty good. So he's got 600k defense and guard. Is that enough here if for him to potentially tank a slot 1 super? I think it probably is, but we're not going to have to find out anyway. And there's up to 6.5. So yeah, I mean, again, remember, consider that all of his links are level 1. I would say 55% level 1 links, pretty good. And he has so much healing as well, right? They're like, even if he is going to take some damage, it doesn't really matter. And then if you think about, like, this is also the team that we've put together, like, straight after pulling and awakening this Buu. We already know Tech Exchange Buu is going to get an Easy A. There's another big buff for this team. And of course, the physical Buuhan Easy A, like, is out now. We just haven't done it yet. So that's another massive buff for the team. So, like, this Buu team, this isn't the best version of the team we're running, like, right now. But this team has the potential to be crazy good. Alright, so if we do this... And yeah, Fat Buu not having big bad bosses, it sucks for, like, Hirudegarn, but for units like Frieza, I mean, they only share Fierce Battle anyway, but it means it's not as bad because we're not missing out on... Do we just kill him here? I didn't realize we were about to get the Dokkan attack, otherwise I would have put Buu in slot 1. So I think we'll just avoid this on purpose.
Let's go.
STR Kid Buu I don't imagine would Easy A anytime soon, but... Yeah, Fat Buu, you probably want to go additional. You don't want to give him too much dodge because, like, the worst case scenario is he dodges an attack that would have revived and then somebody else on the rotation gets killed. And so then you lose. So, I wouldn't give him too much dodge, right? Like, the fact that he's an int unit, he has free level 5 dodge. I probably wouldn't give mine any more than that. But it's also hard because early on, he's going to be taking a lot of damage. I suppose, like I said, there's no real reason not to just try and get the revival straight away. So it doesn't really matter that he's taking a lot of damage early on. But you don't want to end up in the situation which we like almost had on turn 1, where he's taking loads of damage from the super and normals and stuff. There you go. Taking damage from the super and normals. And then somebody else on the rotation dies is what you don't want to happen. Now, obviously, post-supers on that turn with the guard because of post-revive, we weren't going to take much damage there from the super, but we got the level 5 dodge anyway, so... But yeah, getting crits will obviously be very helpful because he's got 885k defense now. But yeah, sadly, when it comes to this event, obviously it's taken a little bit longer because we've got a lot of int units on the team. And Buu, that's the one big thing, obviously doesn't really have it like any built-in crit. So crit in the hidden potential is definitely not bad for him because we want to be getting crits to do damage to these tougher bosses. Physical or not, right? But that's a good thing about him not needing any dodge. Is you then just being able to give him a load of crit. Because, I mean, we're getting... This is our third super of the turn. 8.5 mil. He's probably, like, over 1 million defense now. But because we're not getting any crits, we're just not doing any damage because of the type disadvantage. Which is unfortunate. Oh my god. Barbady's not going to kill him either, is he? I mean, he might crit, but... I think mine's just full dodge. Oof. Actually, 38k is honestly not bad, but then he dies to the super, so typical. I mean, you probably wouldn't be running De Boer on the best version of this team, or Barbary, I should say. So typical that this ends with us getting killed, because no fault of the Fat Boo. Although, like I say, if we'd been getting crits, we would have won the event way before this. So I suppose that is one drawback of the unit being 55%, not having the extra like crit and everything. But I mean, Boo definitely seems very good. I'm looking forward to trying him out in the other events and stuff. Once we've got the easy A's, his team will be significantly better. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the 55% Fat Boo down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.